Ladies, wanna see some more?
I caught you red-handed, red lips on some.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Yeah, and you think back to the success he had throwing the football in the win last week, so naturally he's going to come out throwing here, but that time they couldn't connect.
Second and 10. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Let's go now.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Richter, a hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Shifts by him and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looking to throw. Richter, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Richter. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here is third and quite a ways.
Back to throw. Richter. Binds. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's third and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Powering forward. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Richter.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Christian Watson, the man he was looking for.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Richter.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. They run over center with Benson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defense.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. from 6 yards away. And the Dragons are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Back to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Throwing to start the drive. Richter. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Richter. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Hart. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Second down and 6 now. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it's now 21-7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown.
Saquon Barkley, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dragons have cut it back within a score.
No problem there on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
The Cowboys at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 6.
They're going to look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and a couple.
Off play action. Richter. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, Let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw. Richter. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Richter. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Got what he wanted. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here we go, here we go. Check, hurt.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A touchdown the differential, a 7-point game as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Murray. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
3rd down and 13.
Throwing now is Murray. Steps away to his left.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots. And right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
To throw, it's Murray. He finds his man, complete. That's Cross. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. 54 yards.
And the Dragons are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he's got room. There he goes left side.
Inside the 10.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Oh, able to avoid him. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Murray now.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll set up to throw. He'll buy some time right.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hart. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 149 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a first down following a gain of 3. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second down and 4. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Aubrey now for the PAT. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Here's Murray from midfield.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Dragons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
132 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage.
Well done.
Now Murray. He dumps it off to Barkley.
Finding room at midfield.
And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Cross. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw. Murray got a man, and he hits him in stride. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Now Murray. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
19 Lions.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Murray, one final try. Flushed out right. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it did.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to get mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days. I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more.